Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, highly respected Senior President. In the area of power, power is central to many of the things that we need to do in our great country. And we need to pay greater attention to power generation. I believe that one reason we've not done so well in the area of power is that we allow the same problem we've been having with our economy, monoproduct economy, where you have essentially crude oil and natural gas generating most of the revenue for our nation. We need to diversify power generation in Nigeria. We have to look at what other countries who have done well, the developed countries of the world, they diversify their power generation. In Nigeria, we rely on hydro. We also rely on gas, natural gas, and to some degree, petroleum products. But we have seen that even with hydro, if you look at what has happened in Tanzania, Tanzania now has shut down their hydro generating facilities because they've not been having enough rainfall. So this can also happen because we now have climate change. We have also had serious problems in supplying natural gas to our power generating. What we need is to diversify our power generation. Take, for example, we have abundance of coal in different parts of the country. If you can utilize coal for power generation, and besides, Nigerian coal is one of the best in the world because the sulfur content is very low. So the problem that using coal for power creates for many other countries, we're not going to have it here. It will be minimal. And if you look at many of the developed nations, some of them rely on coal for almost 80%. Almost 80%. Now, the problem that you have in breaking of pipelines, and for that reason you will not have enough supply of gas, will not be there. Because you take your generating facility to the location of coal. Take the coal from the ground and use it to produce power. Also, we are so blessed, many parts of Nigeria receive up to 10, 11 hours of sunshine. So renewable energy is important, either directly or indirectly, as is done in Brazil. So if we now look at the power generating architecture and diversify, we will now be in a position to generate enough power, and it will be sustainable for us now to industrialize Nigeria, because we need to manufacture, we need to produce, whether it's in agriculture or solid minerals or manufacturing. You need enough power to do so. And I can even go into unemployment and say, for example, that there is no way you can solve the problem of unemployment unless you increase your production. Even the value of the naira that has been falling, if we can improve on our production capacity in the country, produce more, because we're essentially a consumer nation, and it shouldn't be so. What people don't realize is that there was a time in Nigeria that we exported rice. There was a time in our country. But also, just recently, we're spending as much as 1 billion naira a day importing rice. So you can imagine how much money we will save if we can produce all the rice we need in the country. So in terms of unemployment, we need to produce more than we are doing now in the area of agriculture, in solid minerals, in manufacturing, and services, because that is what you have to look at. The nations, look at China, for example, with 1.4 billion citizens. and they're able to employ their people. Look at the United States, we can say, okay, it's more advanced. They're able to employ their people. Now, we have to look at what is it they are doing that we have not done. And that is what I have prescribed here. And these problems can be solved. It's a matter of starting, and we cannot be afraid that we have these problems now. What should really make us happy is that we can solve these problems. So we need to start. It doesn't matter whether all these problems are there now or that we didn't do it in the past 50, 51 years as an independent nation. But we need to start now. And I believe this is what President Muhammadu Buhari is determined to do. And with your support, it will be achieved. The last question on the inclusion of youths in the ministerial list. I haven't seen the last batch of 15 members. So, Mr. Senior President, I think you can allow me not to answer this until we see the balance. Because what was brought before you were 21 names, and there are still 15 outstanding which have been brought to you. So perhaps this problem may already have been solved. So thank you, Mr. Senior President. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Another nominee leaves after having faced the Senate committee and gone through the